Okay, so let's go over this right here. I want to explain some very important details to you. In the part where he says he masturbates at night, I believe this is the area that you heard investigates. Now you can see right here in the audio bars that are right here, I'm showing you now, that it kind of drops off. And I listened to it multiple times, and this is exactly what it's saying. In my opinion, this is what I hear. You had said, so the first EVP, this type permits investigation. That's what you thought you heard. You also heard your protector and can you feel me? In the second one, you hear it's tied together, behind you, it's me, and then there's something that you can't make out. Now, I could hear most of what I have observed and analyzed. I could hear most of this before the audio was enhanced or boost or anything like that. I could hear, why can't you see he's a demon? So whoever they're referring to. I do hear you're guided. I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying. And then I hear in the afterlife. And then this whole whatever they're talking about that he masturbates at night came up. Something happens and he says, let them speak. He did it in spite. So they're talking about someone or something. Whatever comes to mind with you, and then something about an attack. So, I just wanted to kind of explain this to you. Now, investigation and he masturbates are pretty much the same syllables. It's a matter of looking at these bars on this audio, and that being the second procedure to take to make sure you're hearing this accurately. So it's a little bit difficult to figure out, but once you listen to it with headphones, big headphones, like these here, like these right here, this is what I typically use, to kind of make sure I'm hearing the faint voice correctly. You have to keep in mind the amount of diabolical activity that's taking place in your environment. I don't mean in the home, I mean everything surrounding the home, the bubble that your home sits in. You have severe physical abuse from people in the, across the street, breaking bones, it's, that bad, throwing babies. You have the mental abuse, that multiple people are dealing with in the area. Even when I was on with you, we could hear the fighting. You have that homeless man who knows what is around him or what he's involved in. You have the satanic situation last year of the abandoned home with all of the animals and the Aleister Crowley divinatory tools and other things that had taken place there. Now let's not forget the morning or the time that your rosary, you woke up and it was broken and it was next to you. So and the drug addiction on top of that. So you have all of these things around you and possible portals or a vortex or something going on, just making things worse. So in this, you have to keep all of this in mind, especially if you want to practice sessions and cleansings for what's going to try to harm you and attack you, as they say in the end there. There's devils, demons, angels, ghosts constantly in this big battle all around you. So you want to make sure that you are protected and that you know what you're doing each time, and and make sure you are hearing these things accurately and receiving the messages and the information that you are supposed to. So that's very important to think about all of this and more, and everything else we've been discussing, how things for you have been escalating and getting worse and worse, more challenging. You know, it's a difficult situation, everything that you're dealing with right now. And it's just signs. You know, when we spoke the last few times, I was concerned that there was a demon bombarding you and your life. I wasn't really sensing any oppression. There weren't too many signs of that. So we're just going to have to keep going with this to find out what's going on and keep you and your family safe. So we will continue this soon. One more thing I want to point out for you is when you have demonic activity or symptoms, the first thing that they're going to do is break you down emotionally, you know, to where you can't handle anymore. You don't think you can keep going. It just gets worse and worse no matter what you do and everything that you try. So you have to make sure that you are aware of these symptoms and what's going on and the patterns and everything like that to be able to fight back. So, you know, it's not all paranormal and supernatural all the time, but it can, you know, affect people mentally and physically, and how spouses react to each other, you know, the way we react to our kids, the way our kids react to us, you know, all of these different things, you know, that's basically in a pot, you know, just boiling until everything evaporates and there's nothing left in you. So keep that in mind, because you have that symptom as well right now, and there's definitely, you know, a demon that's trying to get in. And, you know, sometimes too, a lot of bad things will happen because of the black devils, the evil little devils that run around. We think we're having really bad luck. We keep tripping, we keep falling. Things, you know, just keep happening. Our engine won't start. We knock things over, things fall over. There's so many things. I mean, they just cause chaos and mischief. So keep that in mind as well. You know, it's like I have taught you that even when I'm working and doing cases, I take very serious steps and procedures to cleanse my body after a cleansing, so I don't have physical illness, you know, and things like that from cleansings, which a lot of people don't know to take those steps. And like exorcists even talk about this, and other demonologists, you know, like even Reiki masters and shamans fail to do that sometimes as well, and I've had to teach a few myself. And then there's, you know, protection rituals and protection tools and you know, blessings and things like that that are necessary when, you know, performing and practicing sessions. And then there's all of the diabolical stuff, you know. So we can go over all of that in our next meeting, and I will explain all of this to you.